The windshield transformed into a canvas of inky black. The two-lane highway snaked before me, a pale ribbon licked at the edges by the dying embers of sunset. My phone, nestled in the cup holder, buzzed with texts from Sarah, growing progressively frantic as my arrival time stretched past acceptable limits. Her family reunion, nestled deep in the heart of rural Idaho, was about to begin without me. I gripped the steering wheel tighter, the worn leather cool beneath my clammy palms. I shouldn't have taken the shortcut. Maps had promised a scenic detour, but scenic didn't translate to reassuring streetlights. Each passing mile brought deeper nightfall, the air growing colder, the silence broken only by the rhythmic hum of the engine and the occasional rustle of unseen creatures in the encroaching darkness. The radio, once a babble of news and bad country music, sputtered and died, plunging the car into a thick, unnatural silence. My phone, now devoid of signal, mocked me with its uselessness. I swallowed, a lump forming in my throat. The only thing comforting me was the faint glow of the dashboard lights, casting dancing shadows on the windshield. Then, I saw it. A figure huddled by the side of the road, shrouded in shadow. Panic jolted through me. This stretch of road was notoriously desolate, and the figure's presence felt impossibly wrong. I wrestled with the urge to stop, the image of Sarah's worried face flashing in my mind. Against my better judgment, I pressed the gas pedal, the car lurching forward. In the rearview mirror, the figure remained motionless, but a new detail sent chills down my spine. Its head swiveled slowly, tracking my movement with unsettling fluidity, its features obscured by the darkness. My foot slammed on the brake, sending the car into a protesting skid. I couldn't leave it there. I stepped out, the biting wind instantly stealing my breath. Hesitantly, I approached the figure, a flashlight casting a weak beam into the oppressive darkness. As I drew closer, a rancid stench, metallic and sharp, assaulted my nose. The figure emerged from the shadows, and I screamed, a strangled, incoherent sound. It wasn't human. Tall and emaciated, its skin was stretched taut over a skeletal frame. Its eyes, two glowing orbs of unnatural white, held me captive. A wide, gaping maw split its face, revealing rows of needle-like teeth that glinted in the flashlight's weak beam. It let out a guttural screech, the sound echoing eerily in the night. I fumbled for my keys, the metal cold against my skin. The creature lunged, its speed defying its emaciated frame. I threw myself back into the car, slamming the door shut just as its razor-sharp claws scraped across the paint. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drum solo against the backdrop of my ragged breaths. The creature slammed into the car, its inhuman shrieks filling the night. It wasn't strong enough to break through the windows, but its persistence was terrifying. I reversed, tires spitting gravel, and sped away, the creature's demented shrieks fading into the distance. I didn't look back. I didn't stop until the sun peeked over the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. The desolate highway was long gone, replaced by the familiar bustle of a small town. I pulled into a gas station, hands still shaking, and stumbled inside. The image of the creature burned into my memory. The attendant, a kindly old woman with eyes that held the wisdom of countless sunrises and sunsets, listened patiently as I stammered out my story. "Those creatures," she said, her voice a low murmur, "they lurk in the shadows, drawn by the lost and the lonely. They feed on fear. My fear, I realized, had been their invitation. The memory of the creature's chilling gaze sent shivers down my spine. Sarah's family reunion was a distant thought now, replaced by a primal urge to reach civilization, to escape the darkness. As I drove on, the memory of the night hanging heavy in the air, I knew one thing for certain: I would never take another shortcut again, no matter how tempting the promise of a scenic detour. The cost of fear was far too high.